Called fidget spinners are the latest craze captivating kids. But now, one Texas mom is sharing an important warning about the gadgets. Kelly Rose Joniak said she was driving her 10-year-old daughter home from a swim meet when she heard her making an odd noise from the back seat. She turned around to see her daughter's face turning red and drool coming from her mouth. Now, it turns out her daughter had removed one of the metal parts of her fidget spinner, which is about the size of a quarter, and it was lodged in her throat. Look at this. An X-ray clearly revealed that to be the case, and Joniak's daughter went into surgery to remove the object. She is now safely back at home. Joniak writes, "From this, I wish to offer some word of caution to parents. The bushings pop out easily, so if you have young kids under 8 years old, keep in mind that these present a potential choking hazard." Now, fidget spinners, of course, they come with various instructions depending on the manufacturer. Some simply note that they are suitable for kids over 10, while others have a clear choking hazard warning on the label and say they are not for children under the age of 3. We should say we reached out to the makers of the popular toys for comment and have not yet heard back. Cases like Joniak's are rare, but hopefully, guys, this can serve as a warning for other parents out there. It can happen.
Yeah, I would have never even thought of that, but it's a good warning, Chanel. Thank you.
Hello, Today fans. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking that button down there and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives.
Some Valley parents say they're a little perplexed tonight about this strange-looking toy that several schools around Clark County have banned, but not necessarily for the reason you might think.
That's right. These right here, they are called fidget spinners, and they've been banned in dozens of school districts across the country. 13 Action News reporter Annalise Ortiz found out what parents out there need to know.
They're taking over campuses everywhere.
It's a fidget toy.
They're called fidget spinners. Spin them, trade them, or show off your tricks.
People try to balance it with one finger, but I can't do it.
But like most new crazes, they are quickly becoming a headache for teachers.
The phones are bad enough. This would just be one more item that would distract children from learning.
Now the spinners have been banned from several CCSD schools. The problem is, for some kids, this isn't just a toy.
They're supposed to be for ADHD and autism.
Experts say spinners can help kids with ADHD or autism focus, and it could help them control compulsive habits.
A lot of our kids have self-stimulatory behaviors, which is typically a repetitive motion of some kind, whether it's spinning or flapping their hands.
So what do you do if your kid relies on this distraction to pay attention? You could ask the school to include the spinners in your child's individualized education plan.
If they can come to an agreement, the IEP team can come to an agreement and get this put in their child's IEP, it's a legal document and the school district has to allow it.
But for everyone else, leave them at home. The district says any item that's considered a disruption faces the risk of being taken away.
I'm not too sure about this toy.
Annalise Ortiz, 13 Action News.
And CCSD wants to remind you that toys like this, the fidget spinner, or any item that's considered a classroom disruption can be taken away from a student. If a parent is upset that their child's toy has been taken away from them, then they should contact the school and make an appointment to meet with the appropriate administrator.
A warning tonight about the most popular craze with kids right now. We are talking about fidget spinners. And a mom in Texas wants you to hear what happened when her daughter accidentally swallowed part of a spinner. David Highfield joins us now with the latest new at 11. David.
Susan, I want you to take a look at this X-ray. You can see the bearing right there that got lodged in this 10-year-old girl's esophagus. Now, she's okay, but what happened to her may make you extra careful when your kids have these. They're the hottest toy going right now. Fidget spinners. Kids love them.
I like it because it helps you when you're stressed, it calms you down.
But Kelly Rose Joniak's daughter, Britton, apparently put part of a fidget spinner in her mouth to clean it and somehow swallowed it. Joniak posted this warning on Facebook, which has now been shared nearly 750,000 times. She writes that her daughter was in the back seat when she heard her making an odd noise. Quote, "Looking back in the mirror, I saw her face turning red and drool pouring from her mouth." Take a look at the frightening X-ray that shows the bearing scarring from the spinner lodged in the girl's esophagus. The Heimlich maneuver didn't work, so she rushed her daughter to a children's hospital, where she underwent surgery to have the spinner part removed. Some spinners do have choking warnings on the boxes. This one that a KDKA assignment editor bought says it's not for children under 3.
They're great for their intended purpose, but you really want to be careful.
Deb Tandy is the owner of a Learning Express toy store and says not all spinners are made the same. She says cheaper ones sold at gas stations and malls may not hold together as well as ones sold at actual toy stores.
We do not have removable bearings in our spinners. The bearings are fixed in place, and it would take tools to remove them. It would take a lot of effort.
Now, earlier today, John Delano reported on how some schools in our area are finding that the spinners are causing disruption in classes. As for that 10-year-old girl in Texas, we're told she is doing okay, but it's too soon to say if she suffered any permanent damage.
Told you about the hot new toy designed to help kids with ADHD focus. It's called a fidget spinner. My daughter has one. You just kind of put it on your finger and spin it around like this.
Yeah, give kids something to do with their hands, but schools are also banning them, saying that they're a distraction. ABC 2's Christian Schaefer tells us for now, fidget spinners are taking their turn as the hottest trend in toys.
Busy times at Shenanigans in Roland Park.
The supply is just not meeting the demand.
And when there is a supply of fidget spinners, it doesn't last long.
I've never seen anything go so fast. It came because it really picked up really quickly.
On a scale of 1 to 10, owner Flora Stelzer says the craze is at a
12.5.
Most of the kids in my school have one.
And that explains why Cooper and Bryce Grabowski just had to have theirs.
It has the poop emoji on it because I like it and it makes me laugh.
The rapid rise of fidget spinners with or without the poop emoji, eliciting a different reaction from administrators at some schools. Local pediatrician Scott Krugman says it started out innocently enough, a digital distraction for kids with ADHD.
Right, because they're getting their energy out with their hands so they can focus on the teacher.
Now, in large numbers, kids who don't have ADHD have noticed the objects their friends were using and decided they want to start spinning too.
What's surprising is that a mini device that seems to be effective for kids with ADHD and autism is now mainstreamed.
He's hoping fidget spinners might help more kids and parents become more accepting of children with issues like ADHD. At least until the spinning stops. Even Cooper, who just got his fidget spinner, knows that day is coming.
Yeah, it's the same thing with Pokemon games, is because every year they make a new one, and every time a new one comes out, everyone just forgets about the last one.
There have been some school districts around the country that have banned fidget spinners. We've heard of individual schools in our area that have banned them, but so far, spokesman for the Baltimore County and Anne Arundel County Public School System say so far they haven't had enough problems to issue any kind of district-wide directive. But if a child has a plan with their school to deal with ADHD or their other disorders, they say, of course, they would comply with those doctors' plans. Christian Schaefer, ABC 2 News.